Cleric! Everyone loves the Cleric. Hallelujah! There's so much potential depending on what kind of deity your character follows, if not none at all. They are often seen as the healer a party should have, but really that is not the case. Nevertheless, depending on how you build them, you may be able to dish out plenty of healing. In this video, I'm going to show you something that's quite unique. Welcome to Pack Tactics, where I hunt for unique builds like this. Recently, a good friend of mine, Evelyn, an author from Tabletop Builds, shared a really cool tech with me, which can be used as the cornerstone of multitude of cleric builds. Boom! There it is. But Kobold, what does that even mean? At level 2, Necromancy Wizards gets a feature called Grim Harvest. This is what it says. You gain the ability to reap life energy from creatures you kill with your spells. Once per turn, when you kill one creature or more creatures with a spell of first level or higher, you regain hit points equal to twice the spell's level, or 3 times its level if the spell belongs to the school of necromancy. You don't gain this benefit for killing constructs or undead. You know what spell is really effective at killing multiple enemies over time? Well, it's Spirit Guardians. You just cast a spell and reap its benefits. Better yet, you kill enemies on their turn, which means they'll likely be on different turns. That way, you get more heals for any kill you get. A wizard won't be able to do that as effectively, as their big damage spells are often instantaneous, like Fireball, while you regain hit points once per turn. This by itself is already a really good combination. And yes, I'm aware Gator's asleep. Anyways, a wizard dip for Cleric is not unheard of. Take for example Tabletop Build's flagship Cleric build, which mainly dips into wizard for shield, absorb elements, and silvery barbs. Those benefits would be gained here too, but you also regain 6 hit points every kill you get. Fighting trash mobs is going to be a lot of fun for you. By the way, this does have a bag of rats problem. If you take some rats, mice, lizards, chickens, or whatever, then you can heal yourself up to full HP after any fight if you still have Spirit Guardians active. Or potentially even during the fight, if the Unseen Servant, for example, has them ready for you to kill. This is not needed for this combo to be strong, and I would not recommend you use this strategy without talking with your table. But I have to say, it's super strong. This video is sponsored by the Kobold Cookbook. This is by the same guy who made Kobold Quest, which is great. I'm in that adventure. You can fight gnomes with me. And now they're back with a cookbook loaded with tons of new stuff. All available for D&D 5e, Pathfinder 1, Pathfinder 2, D&D 3.5, and Cogent Roleplaying. Wow, that's a lot of systems! I know, everyone has advantage on their attacks. Anyways, 50 new magic items to find and collect. 50 new traps to set up or trigger for fun. 50 new poisons to experiment and kill people with. And best of all, this is an actual cookbook. This has 50 new D&D themed food recipes for your table. Holy moly! That's right, this is a new level of optimization. You can't play D&D with an empty belly. That's suboptimal. Fill it up with some cinnamon snares instead of some ordered over garbage pizza. There's even power gamer advice for the kitchen. I recommend following it if you want to give power to everyone at the table. I mean, sure, you take the spotlight from everyone and that's frowned upon in role-playing games, but at least everyone gets a delicious buff in real life. This book is for everyone. Cooking is a fun adventure too and is incredibly rewarding. The Kobold Cookbook is now live on Kickstarter. I highly recommend you check it out. It's super fun, very creative, and you support the bolds. Yip. Moving on, the second half of this combo makes it even more fun. At level 1, Life Domain Cleric gets a feature called Disciple of Life. Here's what it says. Whenever you use a spell of first level or higher to restore hit points to a creature, the creature regains additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level. Whenever you do kill someone with a spell, Grim Harvest allows you to use that spell to heal a creature, which is yourself. Disciple of Life says when you use a spell to heal a creature, it heals an additional 2 plus your spell level. So basically, anytime you use a spell to kill a creature, if you have Grim Harvest, it procs Disciple of Life. Wait, what? Oh wow, Gator, you heard that. I imagine some of you are already busy typing a comment to say that you don't use a spell to heal. Maybe something like, but Kobold, you use Grim Harvest. That's not a spell. Why wouldn't it be both? I think it's very valid to say that a spell is used, looking at the definition of the word use. Obviously, it's hard to state a fine line, as there is some level of indirectness which would make a spell not count as being used to heal anyone. But to me, a spell is being used which leads to you restoring HP to someone, which is yourself. So I personally think this works, but you still have to ask your table how it works. And if they agree that it works like this, then that's awesome. Getting a kill with Spirit Guardians now heals you for 11 HP, and that's not accounting for potential upcasting. That's very effective healing, and you're quite sturdy because you have your dodge action and you have the shield spell. You might be able to regain more HP than take damage. But if this cool combo is somehow vetoed, you could opt for Twilight Cleric instead, because it will net your party a lot more HP than Life Cleric ever could. The problem, however, is it's just a lot more boring, and this is one of the few reasons to actually opt for the Life Cleric subclass. Let's be honest, guys, Life Cleric by itself is not a good subclass. So having a good reason to invest deeply into Life Cleric is a breath of fresh air. So for this video, I will assume you're going Life Cleric because there's fun things we can do with it. Here's what I recommend for the build in general. You get 13 Intelligence, 14 Dexterity, 14 Con, and the highest Wisdom possible. This assumes point buy. Invest 5 levels into Cleric as soon as possible so you get Spirit Guardians active. And then you leave Cleric behind for a little bit to pick up 2 levels of Wizard, so you can be a Necromancer. The first level for Wizard allows you to prepare 2 spells. I recommend Shield and Absorb Elements. The second level gives you Grim Harvest, and you can prepare Silvery Barbs if it's available in your game. As for the other spells you can't prepare, just pick the ritual spells. There's a lot of choices, and a lot of them are really good, like Find Familiar and Unseen Servant. After this, you just return to Cleric and finish up your progression with levels into your main class. As for feats, look out for Warcaster, Resilient Con, Lucky, and Alerts. Getting your Wisdom to 20 fast is not that important. I made a video about it, link in the description. That one's really important to know if you're going to play Cleric. As for race, one that starts with a feat is generally what I recommend, like Variant Human or Custom Lineage. For more details, you can check out Tabletop Builds Twilight Cleric, as it talks about basically all of this, including all of the recommended Cleric spells. If you are a Life Cleric, keep in mind that the article is about Twilight Cleric, so it does get some additional spells that you just don't get at all. If you're going for a different race and want to do something spicy, and if it's available for you, another option is Mark of Hospitality Halfling. Or you can pick up Strixhaven Initiate, Quadrix, through a race that gets a feat at level 1. Either option gives you access to the druid spell Goodberry, which interacts very well with Disciple of Life feature too. This way you can heal yourself in combat and your allies out of combat. You're basically a super healer. And that's the skeleton of the build. You can do whatever you want with it. It's your build. Have fun. End of video. Remember to check out the Kobold Cookbook. The Kobolds need your help to get advantage. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.